For things like nutrition, growth, reproduction, right? But overall, we're very wasteful with energy. Just watch your elbows there, guys. Yeah. We're very wasteful with energy. Now, a crocodile, because they do not burn calories for energy, they get their energy for free from their environment, from absorbing the ambient heat around them, basking out in the sun just like this. And by doing that, they can get by on only around 3 to 4% of the calories that a mammal of the same size would need to survive. So you can go around 2 or 3 weeks at the absolute most without food. A crocodile can go 2 to 3 years without food. 6 months to a no? Oh, one thing we can quickly talk about, because I do think it's quite important, is the ecological role of crocodiles within their environment. Now, I know that for some of us, crocodiles look quite scary, quite, evil looking, but truth be told, they are invaluable for our wetland habitats to function correctly. And it doesn't make, it makes perfect sense. Why? They've been around for 240 million years. Of course they serve a very important function. And what crocodiles do is, well, a lot of stuff. Number one, they are a population regulation machine. For other animals like the barramundi, the mangrove jack, the mullet, the mud crab that live in this exhibit, the crocodiles, they go around and they remove the old, the weak, the sick, the diseased members of those species. And that means that the survivors, they don't have to run the risk of getting that sickness. In addition, it just clears up the gene pool a little bit, so when they do reproduce, there's healthier genes overall. And in addition, that means there's more food to go around.
Wow.
Yep.
There he is.
What you saw were fish. Because here's the kicker. Crocodiles don't make ripples. Crocodiles don't make vibrations. Crocodiles don't show themselves. Okay? The only reason I knew he was there is because he likes to go there pretty consistently every day. If I didn't know where he liked to hang out, I would be in the same boat as you folks. Because look at that. Do you know how deep that water is?
This is girlfriend.
Yeah.
There. That's it. And there's a 4.6 meter crocodile in there.
Ooh.
Now, on the bright side, even though he is basically the living embodiment of a landmine, at the same time, is a landmine dangerous because it's going to chase after you?
He's under the water there.
No, right?
He'll
And that's
come up
exactly the
again.
thing. If you treat crocodiles absolutely adorable. Now, folks, while many people tend to struggle to tell the difference between gators and crocodiles, I'm here to tell you, the difference is night and day. Trying to compare an alligator to a crocodile is like trying to compare a tabby cat to an African lion. These are your tabby cats. Now, don't get me wrong, an alligator is not small. At around 380 odd kilos and, a bite force of around 2,500 pounds per square inch, if he grabs a hold of my leg, he's gonna just shatter it to pieces. right? He's a very big, very strong animal. But alligators, for the most part, they are pretty mild-mannered. They are pretty docile. They're pretty easygoing. And they prefer to hunt smaller size prey. Things like turtles, things like catfish, chihuahuas, okay? Things about this big is pretty ideal for an average alligator. And that means that larger animals like us, they'll either choose to ignore or to avoid. And to prove that point to you folks, let's give them a cuddle.
Give him a cuddle.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, you grumpy. Grumpy.
They're giving him a belly rub. Ollie, stop pulling that because you're going to hurt the other kids.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Okay?
Yeah, I love you too, big guy. So, folks, this is the difference between a crocodile and an alligator. Do you think I'd be able to get away with this with a saltwater crocodile? Not a chance. Now, again, I will not undersell the potential risk here. This is still a very big, very dangerous animal in the right scenario. But overall, alligators just don't care. They're very lazy. And because, you know, I'm not, at least in their mind, a food source, then, you know, I'm just another big animal in their space, and they're just going to choose to ignore me. And that's exactly what you're seeing here. He may not necessarily like me in his space, but he's willing to tolerate it. Now, out in the wild, obviously, you're not going to be working with an alligator every single day. He's not going to get to know you. So if you do see a wild alligator, obviously, even if you were doing my job, I wouldn't recommend you coming anywhere near these boys because they might not react to you the same way they're going to be reacting to me. They can't tell the difference between people. Alligators have wide, flat, rounded jaws. They look very similar to like the bill of a duck. And again, that's because they're feeding on round, flat, and, you know, quite, you know, awkward prey. Any idea on what that might be? I did mention at the very start. Turtles, right? They feed on a lot of turtles. And with other species of crocodile that have slightly thinner jaws, they tend
Wow, look how big he is.
So this is Mort. Oh, that's not a double chin. That's jaw muscle. Okay.
No, because
So you see all of that meat below his neck there? Every single bit of that is what he uses to power those massive jaws. Okay. Crocodiles have 8 sets of muscles designed to generate closing force for their mouth. We only have about really like 4. And the power they can wield, oh my god. Us as human beings, we can produce about 100 psi of biting pressure, right? And that's only if you're a big fit guy. Aww. So yet again, here you see the difference between boys and girls. This is actually one of our bigger females. Come on. Come on. Whoa.
Wow. She ate it.
That big crocodile.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's the kind of force you're hearing.
He's a big boy.
He is a big boy. he's a chunker.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, you're welcome.
Eat you.
Big boy.
Got a little bit on your lip, mate.
Yeah. But you see that big growth on the side of his jaws there? That's how he gets the name wart. It's from an old tooth infection. Right? Just a kind of a big cyst, but it's not a problem for anymore. It's just what we would refer to as like, you know, complexion damage.
That crocodile.
Right, that's all.
You'll break it. You'll break it. You'll break it. Leave it alone.
Sorry, where?
Just looking. Just looking. Always looking.
You talking about this? I already told you. So that's where he gets the name wart. Okay, he got a bad tooth, and it kind of like scarred over. So that's all scar tissue.
Oh, wow. See it? Watch it. See it?
Up. Up.
Watch it.
Oh!
What? Oh. That was so
There you go. So again, that's the kind of bite force you're listening to.
Boys, come down here so we can see.
That was scary, wasn't it?
Can we
Yeah.
see the male?
Oh, he's super part of the
Okay.
thing.
So folks, once again, just because you cannot see a croc doesn't mean they're
Cross
getting
nut.
Ready?
That's that.
Wow, there he is! Did you see it?
up here. Come on, big fella.
Oh,
Whoa.
Come on up here.
big, isn't he?
Here.
Ready? He's gonna jump up. Ready? He's gonna jump up.
You're being lazy.
Whoa!
Now, John has actually been working with crocodiles longer than anybody else. He is the original crocodile man here in Australia. So, if you have any questions about these animals, any questions about the industry itself, there's literally no one on the planet better suited to answer those questions. So because he's taken over for me, that means my section's over. Thank you guys so much for coming out. You've been a lovely audience.
Thank you.
Thank you, Koorana. Take it away.
Yeah, I've been working with crocodiles since 1972, long before most of you were born, and in Papua New Guinea with the crocodile clan people, and off to India and then Indonesia. I wrote the crocodile management plan for Papua New Guinea and Irian Jaya. So a long time working with crocodiles, so I've gained a fair bit of knowledge. In fact, the first international conference I went to representing Papua New Guinea, it was full of biologists. There was only myself and one other bloke there that were non-degree people. And every time we opened our mouths, they all stopped and listened. Because the biologists knew a hell of a lot about biology of crocodiles, but nothing about behaviour. And I'd had the advantage of spending time with the crocodile clan people, and they knew everything about behaviour, and they taught me. So when I opened my mouth and talked about it, they all stopped and listened. It was rather flattering. It was nice. Righto, now we're going to show them how to hold a croc, right? You've got to come closer to me because I'm an old bloke and I've got arthritis. There we go. Left hand there, this one under his tummy. Cap under his tummy, that's it. Now when you look at a camera, what do you say? You do not say cheese, not here. You say crocodile. That's it, with the emphasis on your dial. You're right, say crocodile. You've got it. Okay, there you go. Off you go. You're done. Righto, come on.
Come on, me, you're next.
Next one.
Stand up.
Your web front feet arm. 4 toes on the back, 5 on the front. Only 3 toenails on each foot. And we don't know why they've evolved that way. Got no idea. Right. Single gentle opening. They lay eggs like birds. In evolutionary terms, the scales turned to feathers and they took to the air. There we go. Yeah. Interesting feel, isn't it?
Thank you very much. Very good.